gentlemen, thank you for calling the Auto Glass Helpline. Today we are going to do a spider video, and I haven't done one of these in a while, and I will be honest with you, I prefer the bat, simply for its simplicity. There are plenty of people out there that prefer the spider, and I'm not saying there's anything bad about the spider. I was just raised on the bat. It was the first WRD cutout tool that I had, but the spider actually is growing on me a bit. You can see this one still has the pump. I haven't converted this one over to my e-pump yet. So there is that. That is just a decision that I haven't completed yet. So anyways, on with the video. So we just grabbed the whole kit here because I have this one in a nice neat box. Got my Spider 4 here. I'm loaded up with my WRD P8 line, and we are going to suction this down. One thing you need to pay attention to are these guys here. You have an acting pulley here, and then this side is just a glide. This side does not spin. So we're going to pull from that side across the bottom and all the way around. So this one does require a bit more movement, but again, still an awesome tool. So we're going to suction this guy down right about here. Actually, we're going to turn this a little bit more, utilize that pulley as much as possible. And we're going to anchor that guy down, and then we're actually going to pull some of this line out, and we're going to wrap this, because we're going to use this internal anchor rather than this separate anchor here. So I'm going to pull this across like so, lay that down. Head over to our other side here. I'm going to grab our threading tool, and I'm going to pull a little extra line here because of that anchor. So threading tool here, and push that through. Make sure we're not hooked on anything over there. And then, unlike the bat, because we can't pull from that anchored side, we're just going to draw out our line from our spool side. And this one's got a pretty open pinch weld, so we don't have to worry too much about getting hung up. Make sure we draw enough line here. This one's got a rolled pinch weld on this side, so we don't have to worry about hanging up on it. We also have an underside molding here, so you'll have to cut that away. Just make sure you are underneath your glass on these corners. And same up here. Make sure you're under your glass. Under your glass down here. Then reach inside here, grab our anchored side, and draw up our slack. Like so. And we're all good there. We'll take this guy, and we'll just set him over here for now. Don't forget your dash protectors. Get those pushed in, and then we're going to loosen this up and pull up the rest of our slack here. So, grab our drill. And for this one, I grabbed my drag because it was force of habit, but we don't actually need that because we have our anchor spot there. So make sure you are spinning in the right direction and start your cut across the bottom. him over. Stop right about there, because now we are well outside of our optimum cutting angle, and again we're pulling against a glide, not an actual pulley. So pop this loose. I'm going to move this up here, and we're going to turn this a little bit more as well, so we again utilize that pulley there. One of the advantages that the Bat has over the Spider is you don't have to move it as many times when you are cutting out a windshield. There is that. The Spider, you definitely have to move a few more times while you're cutting. So go back to here, make sure we're pulling on the right direction. Across there and stop. Now we're going to switch sides again. Pop that loose and bring it all the way over here. Again, we're going to turn it so we utilize that pulley. And you'll notice also every time I turn this, every time I set this up, I'm taking into consideration where my drill is going to be. So I don't want to have to come in from underneath. That's just awkward and uncomfortable in more ways than one. So we're going to pull our slack up again here. Tighten that back down. And we'll draw up all this, a lot of this slack here in a minute, a lot of this extra line, just so it doesn't get tangled up in anything. Now, going to finish pulling across the top here. Our pin, and pull down and around that corner, so right there, and stop. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, loosen this, and we're going to draw up a lot of this extra line. Make sure you leave yourself enough to tie off. Like so. And then, because of the way this is set up, we're going to wind up crossing the streams here. You can see all I did was simply let my anchor line go over the top of it, and now you're crossed. You could go underneath as well. Either way, doesn't matter. But just pop it loose, give it a turn, let this go over the top of it, and then we're going to come all the way down here, just to the right a little bit. That way we pull all the way down and then close off at the other side of our bend plate. And again, we're utilizing that pulley. Just like that. Draw up the rest of your line. You can loosen this and pull more of that out if you want. To loosen that, and come on. Anchor that down, pull the guy there, and that is cutting out a Mazda CX-5 with the WRD Spider 4. Again, a great tool. I'm not disparaging it by any means by saying that you have to move it more. Again, my first tool was the Bat, so that is what I'm used to. I do like the fact that I only have to move the Bat twice, once from here to over there. That being said, again, this is still an awesome tool and I enjoy using it. I just haven't got around to it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.